I think to truly become, like a woke minimalist, you're gonna have to let go of your minimalism at one point. Hey there, my handsome and pretty little Cobras, and welcome back to the Cobras Nest. For those of you who are new, my name is Mignon Cobra and I make minimalism videos. Today's minimalism video is going to be a really interesting one, and that is minimalism isn't even real. So without further ado, let's just get into the video. Let's get it, let's go. Woo. So this came about actually from talking with a close friend of mine, Jay, or actually she's French, you guys know that we're like really close, and I just felt like this is something that I need to like talk about on my channel because it just totally shifted the minimalism game for me. I felt like I couldn't level up anymore, but with what she had to say, because this was her idea, not even mine, I realized, oh my god, I need to share this with my little Cobras. So I guess this video is going to be a little bit more story time, less tips. It's just kind of more of like changing of thought process, and that's just kind of like in the later stages of your minimalism. I think to truly become, like a woke minimalist, you're gonna have to let go of your minimalism at one point. And I don't know who needs to hear this, but that was really scary for me. I never thought that I could let go of minimalism, especially because like it's just, I've had so many benefits in my life, and also my channel is primarily about minimalism. I feel like people are not gonna watch me if I say something like, if I make like a very controversial video saying like I'm not a minimalist anymore, I'm gonna lose like all of my subscribers. Like everybody's gonna leave me. So I felt like I really could not let go of minimalism. But I think that a lot of people have reached out to me saying that they are struggling sometimes with their minimalism. So I figured, I have definitely struggled. So I figured this gem needed to be said. So let's kind of talk about like where it all started. It actually started with the iPhone. I was just feeling so ashamed and embarrassed that I copped a new phone when it broke a lot of minimalism rules. One, buying new, I feel like you should always buy second hand. You shouldn't buy expensive things. An iPhone is very like luxurious. Another one is that like it's a duplicate now because I have my Android, I have my Xiaomi, and now I have an iPhone, and it was really expensive. I feel like you should be frugal as a minimalist, so it just went against all of like my main core principles. I felt really upset, and so I was like telling, she's French, about this. She's very unlike me in some sense, where I feel like she's very woke when it comes to minimalism. She gave me a really good tip at the end. She gave me some good tough love, and she said in the end, she's like, honestly, minimalism isn't even real. And that just like blew my mind, because it's true. Minimalism hadn't existed in my mind till I read the concept, and then it existed in my mind because I chose to believe that it was real. So in some ways, the final stages of minimalism is to kind of free yourself even from minimalism. Minimalism is a tool to free yourself from societal notions and physical, I guess, attachment and declutter. And then it gets to a point where you will have to live your life well, and that involves letting go of minimalism and its label and its restrictions and its limits. It's a tool at the end of the day. You don't have to constantly, like, your hand isn't glued to the tool, right? Like, you can put the tool down. And I would kind of cope with this minimalism struggle by taking breaks. I would take breaks like every like 2 to 3 months, usually in the summer, where I would eat what I wanted, buy what I wanted, do what I wanted, watch more TV, read less books, less productive hustle. And so I'd feel better, and I could return to my minimalism. And just hearing her say that, she's a lot younger than me, just hearing her say like minimalism isn't even real, like you should be like living your best life, it just gave me so much like relief, because I was like, oh my god, like I could still be a minimalist, but at the same time realizing that like minimalism isn't even real. And it was just such a beautiful and freeing concept. There's 2 minimalists that I follow who I guess technically have claimed on camera that they're not minimalists anymore: Simple Victoria and Any Mustard. And I remember at the time thinking like, wow, like they must be so enlightened to be able to let go of minimalism, because I can't let go of minimalism, because minimalism is like one of the best things that ever happened to me. How could I turn my back on minimalism and let it go? Realizing that actually to show like true love to minimalism and true love to yourself is to actually like let it go was revolutionary for me. And I just figured I should, to show that minimalism shouldn't even really be that deep. And I want to talk about some things that I feel like I will be kind of bringing into my life now that I have this understanding that minimalism isn't even real. I still like to think that I still will have minimalistic tendencies, and in some way, shape, or form, maybe I still will be kind of minimalistic. I'm still a minimalist sort of, but I'm definitely gonna have a little bit more clothes, because clothes are actually something that makes me really happy. I'm not happy with like a capsule wardrobe, I'll be honest, I'm not. So I'm not saying that these things won't change. We're always growing and changing, but currently maybe I just need a break. Maybe that's what it is. I just haven't realized I need a break. I'm gonna be having more luxurious items. I'm gonna have a more closet. I'm gonna experiment a little bit more with makeup, because these are the things that make me happy. Who I was before I became a minimalist were actually who I was, but I was doing it in a hyper consumptive way, and I was doing it irresponsibly. So now I'm in a place where I'm like, these are the things that make me happy. I'm gonna have more of that, and I'm not gonna feel ashamed. And if there comes a point in time in my life where I feel like I want to let these things go, I feel like I'll be able to do so, but like in a healthier way, because I feel like minimalism isn't even real. Minimalism is what I make of it. Komari said it well, like keep in your life that sparks joy, and get rid of the things that don't make yourself so impossible that you're going in the direction where even the things that bring joy to you can't even have that, because then it's almost like, what is the point? I know that for me, that's where I'm gonna go. I'm going in the opposite direction to figure out in the indulgences, where do I draw the line for myself? And I know that's gonna be different for everybody, so I'm not gonna sit here and tell you you where your line is drawn, but I'm gonna figure that out for myself, and I'll be taking you guys along as I kind of try to live my life now, realizing that minimalism is a cage that I invented for myself, that I felt like living within it made me a good minimalist. But I don't think it's right. I think in Zen, they said it well, that like life is always changing. Life's one constant is change. So I'm gonna change a little and see where that takes me. And yeah, comment down below if you've been feeling a certain kind of way. A lot of my subscribers are minimalists. Leave it down in the comment section, because you know, you guys watch videos and scroll through the comments. So leave it for other people who would love to read it, because if it's something that you felt, somebody else has felt it too, and it would definitely help them out. I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.